problem is that only works if you have a follow-through just in case of the miss. Firstkiller with the coxer pinch all the way through. And sometimes if you're Spacestation, you play for all the options, but there's always a fourth, it seems like, that Firstkiller can go to.
Firstkiller saw LJ score a cross-court goal off a clear and said, I can do it better. And he does. He scores a banger to potentially seal the deal here on this series. My goodness. I mean, listen, I feel like a broken record.
We're going to break down the bracket for you guys, though, with the teams that are playing in our round ones today. Bass, look at this. We got some crazy names going on here.
It's going to break here, or maybe rather just bend until it does break, because the pressure continues to mount. This is open, and Firstkiller will finish the job. The first dive does not make contact, but the second one, he will dunk him into oblivion. Phase up with 40 to go. The double commits that we've seen far too commonplace throughout this second game, it could come back to bite them, but that's only if they miss the mark. Firstkiller missing the mark? Yeah, I think you got better odds playing the lottery. What on earth is this recovery?
What is... Oh my God.
On the pitch saying he will have none of that.
What are we predicting for the... Okay, never mind. I was going to say, what are we predicting for the first goal here out of this G2 offense? This is going to be Torment. Let's focus on SSG instead. LJ, how do you lock into that? Beautiful flip reset. We got one on the board for Spacestation. This one out to the corner. Chicago to be there and keep the pressure on. Will a shot arrive? J-Naps will absolutely say yes, and he will gladly take the first goal for G2.
So well done from Torment, because not only did they get that top, but it's so hard to stay relevant on that play, but instead they just dive right underneath it, saying, I'm looking for a 50, and even...
3-0, and we are not even at halftime here. G2 really do need a goal. I guess that counts. Torment with his first goal of the series, and I'll just let y'all watch this one back.
That's years of experience right there. You can't teach that. That just happens to be exactly Torment, seeing in the fourth dimension, seeing through time, saying, no, I know exactly where you're going to go for this one. This is just oppressive. They're giving so little to G2, and even when they do get it, J-Nap still has to peak in order to get a goal through. The old man carrying the team still.
Hey, that's a little bit unusual, seeing J-Naps with time and space out mid. I get it. You guys haven't necessarily felt the pressure of the offense, but proportion that you can't even blink or you'll miss it. This game's got everything, and it could have a 6th goal now for SSG if not for J-Naps. My MVP of Game 2, he is stepping up where it counts, and so is LJ. Open space, Hawkser with a dish, and it's back to a lead for SSG.
Torment plays that so well, but Hawkser knows he's diving in. He goes underneath, and can you ask for a better pass than that?
Control for Gen.G gets taken away. The CRR carries this one high, and dry reset into the back of the net, and Complexity take the 1-goal lead.
I believe it's a simulation because he's not real. CRR off the ceiling saves the reset. And I gotta say, Gen.G, put yourself into sleep mode. It's over. You can't save that one.
Places it into no man's land, and Optic is there ready to go. Nolly pass 1, 2, and 3. Chronic finds his way in, and the tying goal has been placed onto the board.
This game 1, is very much going that way, and it can continue on this tear so long as these bumps follow through. Raiseful gets the credit, but it's a pinball into the Gen.G net.
Look at this. Optic places it up high. Raiseful, just gross, tiny angle. Jack trying to get it clear, but again, Lexi's doing a great job of just being all up in the faces of Gen.G. Nola's got a nice breakaway, though, into the corner. It was a 2v1. Ultimately, CRR is going to take his time. 30 boost in the take isn't a lot, but if you get a fake and a pass, you'll find your way through and through as Raiseful is there with the cleanup.
I feel like Raiseful very much a player that you just feel like has been creeping up on that kind of GOAT status.
Right? I feel like Faze Clan's a little expecting, but granted, you're on the other side of the desk. But do you believe me now?
I believe you. You kind of had me at that they're going to try to win. It's their game to try and win instead of their game to win. And the desk was talking about, okay, we got to shut down Firstkiller. If you could stop him, you stop Faze. And Stella's card waits forward, going for the corner boost to try and drain those resources. It's just a distraction. The solo play double tap from Yan gives Furia the lead.
Clip it and ship it. Yan is on 1.
They're up 2-0, and that's the biggest lead they've had all series.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. I really am curious to see if they're going to be able to hold on to it, and I think they can. Firstkiller air dribbling this one all the way from the midfield only to dunk on Card and make sure that Faze goes 3-0 in this game number 3. This time, into the corner he goes, have to take a boost, enough to set Mist up, and this one's gonna be the one! It hits the post, goes in 8 minutes and 19 seconds of overtime to give Faze Clan a chance in Game 5.
Just going to give a chance for Complexity to take this one by storm. Only 10 seconds left, though. Daniel trying to set up beast mode. Wait a minute! How did Daniel save his flip? I thought, just like the rest of the players on the pitch, this shot was long dead. Apparently not!
Yeah, I guess the flip reset the last second.
Momentum like this, they are a terrifying team. Unfortunately for their opponents right now, they're just at the, brunt end of it. Look at this passing play. Sypical's gonna be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count them up how many passes you'd like. It'll be enough for 3-0 to start off here for Faze Clan.
We often say this is car soccer, but a lot of people say, well, it's more like hockey on the movement. This is tiki-taka soccer right here, just back and forth.
Why can't I do that as well? Double demos, finding demos out of nowhere. Redirects like that! Throw in the towel. If you're Faze Clan at this point, have fun in the finals. SSG, you guys gotta change it up, because this can't happen.
Gonna feel it's a sitter in front of net. He does have the first touch. The boost, though, is this next question. They're going for the dunk, and it all works out. Sometimes you don't need the mechs, just the positioning.
And this is why Firstkiller, in my opinion, is the best player in NA. Look at how clever he does this. He recognizes LJ on the backboard is waiting for him to spike it into it for a drop-down pass.
See what they're going for. That top corner to try to beat out those defenders, slowing it down even. The problem is, it only works if you have a follow-through just in case of the miss. Firstkiller with the coxer pinch all the way through. And sometimes if you're Spacestation, you play for all the options, but there's always a fourth, it seems like, that Firstkiller can go to.
Firstkiller saw LJ score a cross-court goal off a clear and said, I could do it better. And he does. Oh boy, and now with the counterattack the other way, Faze with the potential dagger if they score here. And they will! Sypical! What is this touch off the sidewall?
Arsenal able to get a heck of a clear, but then Sypical still has a lot to do, but they time it. They bounces, they single jump it because they know they can direct it right onto target. As it's just going to kind of sit in the midfield up until Yan maybe gets a look like this, going for a double off the ceiling, and he's going to bury it. It seems like he's always scoring stuff like this.
Oh, Yan is the star on Furia, that is for sure. The last series at Cassie, he had a hat trick, then 2 goals in game 2. He is just the spark plug that Furia can depend on. We're staring at our second grand finalist of Hercules' new era tournament. Spacestation Gaming will go up against Faze Clan in our grand final.
Oh, this one, though, still out at midfield. Looking a little bit dangerous here, but looks like it could be, I was going to say, cleared out. Player in the corner, Hawkster, should have had this one, but kind of just does a little quick 180, and that's immediately in their net.
That's a problem with trusting in your read a little too much. It looked like they were going out of the corner, realized, I can't really get that. It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, what? Banger in my net? Okay, well, I guess I'll just take that
I'm
out.
getting flip reset on. All 3 of these guys are capable, and they've already proven it. Game number 3 officially underway. And if Spacestation doesn't have a good response, oh my goodness! Firstkiller's gonna keep on dancing, tip-tapping around the defense, and finds the first already.
Allowing Firstkiller to have a dribble as one of the best 1v1 players in the world. I, too, like to live dangerously, Spacestation. That's a rough one to be able to see just kind of waltz into your net. If you're looking for a regain, maybe look elsewhere.
Able to bring it to an overtime. So once the team did kind of, unlock their potential, they started to really play to it. Oh my goodness! And that's what we're talking about. This team may not get many chances, but when they do, they will strike.
Arsenal's looking so clean, but it still takes a good setup. Hawkster is putting it over the top, but it's asking a lot of Arsenal to do anything with that backside, getting that bump. And that's heads-up play from Faze Clan. We highlighted it, Bass and myself, in the previous series that where Faze has those plays where everyone needs to play a role flawlessly, it's like there's never a doubt in their mind about that communication, and Spacestation just on the brunt end of it. Arsenal already up. The flip reset in the back pocket to the back post. LJ, what a setup from Arsenal! Spacestation neutralizes everything again.
There it is. You have it right then and there. And again, they can get the tying goal, right?
Because there are so many openings due to double or triple commits on the line out of Faze that are not being punished. And in comparison, one moment of vulnerability and Faze Clan win it all! A sweep for Faze Clan. They are your professional invitational champions.
Firstkiller said he was going to come back into the RLCS, into all these players, and prove to you that he is the best player in the world. I don't know about him individually, but the entirety of Faze Clan, it's like a John Wick meme. They're back.